Africans have made two changes, one right at the back and then one right at the front. Jean Baleke leading the line for them, wearing the number 11 on his back for Yanga. And Maduna hasn't exactly been razor sharp this pre-season, but we've seen glimpses of his brilliance. And he really is capable over the dead ball. Maduna. Cleared from Young Africans. Once and then twice. Still TS Gallaxy ball. Here's Siema. The switches have been absolutely brilliant from the Rockets. From quite some distance away, they've been able to be precise enough. It's cleared from Andabwile. Bunjana. Useful first touch. And he'll look to just slow things down, calm things down, draw the young Africans out of their respective positions, wait for the gaps to appear. And he goes again, and Bunjana. Big opportunity here. And it's lashed wide from Masia. He brought it down beautifully. But when the strike was on offer, just couldn't quite catch it sweetly. Here's Andabwile once more. Diarra. He goes across to the right-hand side. So it might just take a few games, a few weeks and months for this new look TS Gallaxy team to fully gel, especially in the front line. As for Letswalo, he serves as competition for Samir Nurkovic, who is on the bench. We might see him in action later on. And who knows, they might even play as a pair over the course of the season. Maybe in a 4-4-2 of sorts, with Letswalo and Samir Nurkovic leading the line. That could be rather tasty. Here's Farid. Good spin again from Nkane. Like an energizer bunny for Yanga. Getting of the wrong side of Hadebe, and then Kone, who was forced to commit the foul. Less than 7 minutes to go of regulation time in this first half. The Mpumalanga Premier's International Cup. It features 4 different clubs from 4 different nations. 3 African and of course the 1 German. It's a good snuff there from Sibande, but he'll have more defending to do. Here's Kibwana. Tries to manufacture room for a ball into the box. Motoung watches him closely. Clement, now Sureboy. Clement again, chops back. Cruyff turns. And Bunjana effortlessly guides TS Gallaxy out of a rather perilous position on the field, and Bunjana marches on and tries a rather ambitious through ball with the outside of his boot. Just lacked the swerve to meet the run of Letswalo. Here's an opportunity then for Letswalo. Speak of the devil. There was an opportunity to let loose from his left foot. Refused to do so, and the chance comes to nothing in the end. Here's Siema. So a bit trigger shy of TS Gallaxy. One can say the same for Young Africans so far. Bunjana goes back to his goalkeeper, Siema. Plenty of competition in those 2 centre-back positions as well as in the midfield. Let's not forget, for TS Gallaxy, many youngsters staking their claim to at least be a part of the matchday squad. Some of them have emerged from the Diski Challenge outfit, and it's also been announced at the beginning of the month, I think it was, that Bernard Parker would be the new head coach of the Rockets Diski Challenge outfit, which really does seem to be a shrewd choice from Mr. Sukazi. Here's Hadebe. Great skill, not once but twice. It's been a marvel to watch in this first half, especially in an attacking sense. It's rare for a fullback to have that delicate close control. And Motohong just puts that one out of play. So some more defending to do then for TS Gallaxy over the last few minutes or so. Clement waiting for the overlap. Two players in green waiting in the box. That ball poor in the end as it sailed over Elize's crossbar. Here's Maduna. Motohong again and Bunjana. Sibande, he's got some space. Maduna. Now there's Kone. Seems to be very measured in his approach. Kone, two players to pick out. The goalkeeper tried to get there, didn't. TS Gallaxy smelling blood. Hadebe glides past Nkane. Here's Mbunjana. There was a spell last season where he was relegated to the sideline because of injury. But he's been full of running this afternoon, has Mbunjana. And in fact, he's only scored 2 goals for TS Gallaxy in a career that has started with the club all the way back in 2020. But his role isn't so much centralized around goal scoring. He's tasked with breaking up the play in the center of the park. Here's Diarra. Landabuile. Both sides will, of course, be mighty keen just to finish this first half off with the clean sheet intact. Kone. That's some pass from Hadebe. Perhaps they should maybe look at playing him in the center of the park. He's very confident on the ball as the fullback. And we've almost reached the end of the first half. There's been some really exciting glimpses and then some other dull moments. But by and large, the quality really does seem to be there for both Young Africans and TS Gallaxy. Farid opts to go on the overlap. Nkane. Disappointed gesture there from Gamondi, and then Ramovic. Bunjana again, fulfilling his midfield duty. Here's Ndamane. So the game now at a walking pace. Kone. Hadebe is on the move for TS Gallaxy. 2 minutes have been added on. Not long for either side to conjure up an opener. Now, just on the topic of Hadebe, he might be an exciting player for TS Gallaxy. Only featured 15 times for them last season, 15 out of 30 possible times for the Rockets. And he's only scored 3 goals for the club. He'll really want to up the numbers and be a more consistent fixture in the TS Gallaxy starting 11. Njana certainly hoping to be the same. Here's Ndamane. Bigger tests, of course, lie ahead, but the TS Galaxy backline does look rather settled. Here's Farid. It's a battle between the two fullbacks here down the right-hand side between Hadebe and Farid. Here's Letsoalo. Sees the run of Maduna, finds Maduna right on the edge of the box, and he can't bamboozle Ndabwile. Back to goal now. Two players to try and beat. Doesn't beat Ndabwile. So just a mere 30 seconds to go of this first period between TS Galaxy and Young Africans. A few of the players already being put through their paces. Perhaps we'll see some new and fresh paces in the second half. Maduna can't get there in time. Here's Hadebe. Bunjana, Kone. Quick feed from Kone. And is awarded a throw-in. Additional time on stoppage time then. TS Galaxy might just opt to throw this one in the middle. Make first contact. Letsoalo might just be the target. Here's Hadebe. Kone with a handball. And that is all she wrote for the first period. Thabo Mkhabela brings an end to the first half. And it's been a rather interesting watch between TS Galaxy and Young Africans. No goals just yet between the two sides. From Mr. Okay, so during the break, you'll have a chance to have a look at the first half highlights. TS Galaxy have had their chances. Young Africans have had their chances too. The best one falling to Clement, a header that he put wide. So expect a plethora of changes in the second half and maybe some more goals in the second period too. Now this match is a meeting of a historic powerhouse and a quite contemporary club born almost a decade ago. So very graceful under pressure. There may not be any consequences attached to this friendly bout, but there is certainly some pressure swirling around in this ground. Pressure, of course, to squash the doubts of the decision makers. Pressure to impress and cement positions. And I guess most crucially, pressure for the players to get the very best out of themselves. Taking the final pre-match photos before we delve into a rather interesting battle. The other, ambitious, without constraint. It's TS Galaxy, it's Young Africans taking on each other in a friendly tussle. Bright, fast.